Good morning students. Hope you all doing good. Today our topic is chemical nature of enzymes. Okay. We all know that enzymes are made up of proteins. Enzymes are made up of proteins. But there is an exception. Okay. There is an exception. That is some enzymes are made up of not some enzyme, ribosome. Ribosome is made up of RNA. Okay, so most of the enzymes are made up of protein. Only one exception is ribosome. Ribosome is made up of RNA and it also capable of catalyzing a specific chemical reactions. Okay, so this is very important point you have to remember. In GATE BT 2020 there is a question: which of the following types of molecules act as biological catalyst? Option P, protein. Option Q, RNA. Option R, phospholipid. Okay, so we know that most of the enzymes are made up of protein and ribosome is made up of RNA. Ribosome also an enzyme capable of catalyzing a chemical reaction. So here the answer is A, P and Q only. So there is no enzyme, just made up of phospholipid. Okay. So next we know that enzymes are biocatalyst. Okay, that is biocatalyst. It can be capable of catalyzing a chemical reaction. Okay, so but for some enzymes, your enzyme need a non-protein component. In addition to its protein component, it need a non-protein component. So according to that, we are classifying enzymes into two main groups. Okay, enzymes into two main groups. That is simple enzymes and conjugated enzymes. Okay, simple enzymes are made up of only proteins. Simple enzymes are made up of only proteins. It doesn't need any non-protein component for its activity. Okay, so example for simple proteins: trypsin, pepsin. Okay, so next is conjugated enzymes. Conjugated enzyme is also known as holoenzymes. Holoenzymes. Okay, so this holoenzyme has two parts in it. Okay, so one is protein part and another one is the protein component is called as apoenzymes and non-protein component of your holoenzyme is termed as cofactor. Without this cofactor, your apoenzyme is inactive protein. That is, it can't catalyze any chemical reaction. Okay, so see, this is your apoenzyme, that is your protein component, and this is your cofactor. Okay, if this cofactor comes and bind with this cofactor binding site, then it becomes active. Okay, so now it is active and it is ready to bind with your substrate and it can be catalyze a chemical reaction. Okay. Okay, next is what is cofactors. Okay, your cofactors may be metal ions or organic or metallo-organic molecule. Okay, so example for metal ions are Fe2 plus, Mn2 plus, Mg2 plus. Okay, and if your cofactor is made up of organic or metallo-organic molecule, means this cofactor is termed as coenzymes. Coenzyme. Okay, example for coenzyme is biocytin coenzyme A. Some enzymes need only metal ions or coenzymes for its catalytic activity, and some other enzymes require both metal ion and coenzymes for its catalytic activity. Students, next we will see what is prosthetic group. What is prosthetic group? In some enzymes, cofactor can be separated from the enzymes. Your cofactor can be separated from the enzyme. So after separation, you will get your apoenzymes and cofactor separately. Okay, but in some cases, yes, that is in some enzymes, you can't separate your coenzymes from the enzyme. Okay, you can't separate. Okay, why? Because your cofactor is tightly bound or covalently bound with the enzyme. So you can't separate this cofactor from the enzyme. Okay, so in that cases, this cofactor is termed as prosthetic group. Okay. So if you can't separate your cofactor from the enzyme, then this cofactor is termed as prosthetic group. Okay, thank you. Students, if you learned something from my video, please do subscribe, share and like. Thank you for watching.